Hello and welcome to the chill zone. As you can see, I am still working on my background. As you can see, I am currently cleaning. I'm really bad at cleaning, therefore it's not getting done, and there's junk behind me, which I apologize for. But welcome to the chill zone. I don't know if I've had a video in here before because I'm like kind of like really behind on editing, so I don't know what order my videos are coming out in. Love that for me. But yes, this is the chill zone. It's not really chill right now, but it's gonna be when I get around to finishing it this summer. That being said, today's kind of if this is the first video that comes out of the videos that I'm filming and editing right now. If it is, then this would be my first booktube video, which I'm kind of hyped for because you know, a little anecdote. When quarantine happened, I was trying to find a lot of ways to occupy myself. Reading was not one of them. But October or September 2020, I stumbled onto Book Talk and I ended up buying and reading Throne of Glass, which tumbled into a kind of problem. I will like insert a clip of my bookshelf here. And that's not the only one. Like, I also have a bookshelf by my bed. So it's like tumbling into a problem because I'm spending like hundreds of dollars on books. That being said, I bought books today. Yeah, this is a book haul, and I think it's probably gonna be my only one for a while because I definitely need a book buying break because I'm going to college, so I need money. That being said, first I wanted to start this off with my current read. You know, quick little, I guess, like book update. But my current read is Normal People by Sally Rooney, which I am in love with. I am going to finish it tonight because I just couldn't put it down on the bus ride home from my college orientation, which I didn't even mention. There should be a video about that. Sorry, I'm getting really excited because I love books now. But yes, reading Throne of Glass tumbled into an addiction. I am really deep on Book Talk and BookTube, so here I am, and I decided to do a book haul, and I'm currently reading Normal People. There, I'm caught up on what I've said. But I read on the bus until it got too dark to read, and so I'm halfway through it, and I think I'm gonna finish it tonight because I'm in love with it, and I can't wait to watch the Hulu show, which I might do a video on. Don't really know yet. But if you're interested in that, you know, comment. But this is my current read. So on the haul part, I went hard today because not only was Books A Million having like a lot of like sales going on, but we also stopped at Goodwill, which my hair is a mess. Let's ignore that. We also stopped at Goodwill, which has like not a bad book selection. So we've got my lovely flag bag here, and we are going to do a little haul. So anyway, let's get into the haul. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Okay. So I need to also preface this by saying I left the book at the store, but it's like a 2-hour drive from where I live to the store, so I'm not going back to get it. It was only like $5, so I guess I'll just like get it another time. But I bought these, which are like mythology books. So I got Greek and Roman myths, Chinese myths, and Scottish myths. I had Egyptian myths as well, but I left it at the store. So these are, I guess, about myths, legends, folk tales, and stories from around the world. You know, I feel like very American. It's a very American thing, but I feel very like isolated and sheltered, and like I only care about myself and like my country, and like I hear a lot about like England and stuff, but you don't really hear things from different cultures, and so I thought these would be fun reads, maybe put a little bit of culture in my life. So I got these 3. Again, I had a 4th one, but I left it at the store, which is really sad because I did pay for it. And I'm kind of upset about it. But they were only $5. So these are the first books. Also at Books A Million, I bought Suicide Notes, which I was shopping with Tori, and it's her favorite book right now. And, you know, ironically, Spencer was also reading it today. And he said it was really good. I think he rated it a 4-star, if I remember correctly. It says it examines the fuzzy line between normal and the rest of us. So I guess he just like, I don't know how to explain it. It seems like he learns more about himself, but like also a lot more about society and like the world on a larger scale, because he did attempt suicide, I think. I'm a little confused because it says that he doesn't really remember committing suicide. So I guess for trying to. So I'm excited for this because 2 of my friends said it was really good, and it's supposedly a really easy read. Yeah, the words are pretty big, so I'm hyped for that. Also at Books A Million, I bought Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart. Now, I read We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, and I bawled my little eyes out. So when this was on sale, I was like, I am getting it. And Tori again was with me and has it, and she hasn't read it, but she owns it. It's pretty much like me when I'm talking to people. I'm like, I own that book, I haven't read it yet. But anyway, so Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart, I'm really hyped for, because I did enjoy We Were Liars so much. An interesting thing I noticed when I was flipping through the pages is it starts on 18. It's like the book starts with chapter 18 and it goes in backwards order, which I thought was weird, and like maybe that was a misprint or something. But then Tori told me that no, that's correct, and I was like, that's kind of weird. So I'm really hyped for this. It's, from what I gather, it's about 2 best friends, Jewel and Imogen, who are really close, and then something happens and Jewel ends up taking over Imogen's identity. And yeah, the question, it's like, where's Imogen and why is Jewel using her name? So yeah, I'm hyped for this. Kind of a little identity fraud. So Genuine Fraud, excited for that one. Also at Books A Million, still at Books A Million, I bought this book called Freshman. Now, as a person about to be a freshman in college, I saw it fitting to buy this book. And what I gather is it's about a girl named Phoebe and a boy named Luke who they start like hooking up. And on Luke's soccer team, they have this text chain filled with like photos of girls, very compromising photos of girls, which is disgusting. And all of the women on campus try to like expose the team and shut down this account that has all these photos of the girls on it. And Luke and Phoebe find themselves grappling with confusing feelings and wondering how they'll ever make it through their freshman year. So I'm kind of excited for that. I'm kind of curious on why there's only 1 blue cup and all these red cups. I don't know if that means anything, but I thought the cover looked pretty cool. And yeah, I do also like that it's written by 2 people. So I'm thinking, I don't know, I haven't read it yet, obviously. I'm thinking maybe it's like 2 perspectives, and the 2 authors write the different perspectives of Phoebe and Luke. That's just my guess. I don't really know, but I'm excited for this. Also at Books A Million, I got this book called Top 10, which it seems kind of like a basic book. I'm not gonna lie. It was on sale. It was like $4, I think. But it's pretty much about a girl named Gabby and a boy named Ryan who are like friends, and they make these top 10 lists about like everything. And as they get closer to graduation, you know, think about they're gonna be away from each other. They make a final top 10 list, and this time they're counting down the top 10 moments of their friendship. So maybe big speculation here. Maybe the chapters are like each moment of their friendship that's in their top 10. But yeah, top 10 I bought. Also, still at Books A Million. I spent way too much money today. I also had this weird thing. I bought 2 books that had to do with this topic, which was weird. But I bought this book called Dreaming Anastasia, which I gather is from, because it's about a girl named Anne Michelson, but she's having dreams that she is like in the place, or things are happening to her that happened to Anastasia Romanoff, which, if you don't know, was a princess or she was the daughter of the last Tsar of Russia, so she was like a princess, and she was executed with the rest of her family, but there was like this big mystery around it because her body wasn't found with, you know, her family's remains, which was, it's this whole mystery, but they ended up finding her body, so she's found now. But anyway, pretty much this book is about Anne having dreams that she is Anastasia, and then a boy comes to her and helps her, trying to help her like save Anastasia. So I have, when I read the back of this, I have one of 2 thoughts. Either like Anastasia's soul and spirit is like trapped inside Anne in some way, and the boy is trying to like get her out, or Anne is like a reincarnated version of Anastasia, which I kind of into. I don't really usually buy books that have these like weird concepts, but it was on sale. I'm a bargain hunter, and 2, I'm really intrigued by like retellings of like historical things or like well-known legends and stuff. I really like retellings or taking a weird twist on it, so I thought this would be really cool. And yeah, so Dreaming Anastasia. And the final book I bought at Books A Million is Romanov. Yeah, Romanov by Nadine Brands. I didn't realize I haven't been saying the names. I'm sorry. But this is again about Anastasia. I thought the cover was really pretty. Like, yeah. So it's the history books that I died. They don't know the half of it. So pretty much this is again a spin on Anastasia Romanov, but this time it takes like in a fantasy setting, and she's given a single mission to smuggle an ancient spell into her suitcase on her way to exile in Serbia. It might be her family's only salvation, but the leader of the Bolshevik army is after them, and he's hunted Romanov before. So yeah, so her goal is to take this magic spell to save her family to Siberia. But then she kind of gets the hots for some guy named Zash, which is kind of a hot name, and he's a soldier who is actually in the Bolshevik army, and she likes him, she thinks he likes her. And this last line, as soon as I read it, I was like, I am buying this book right now. The last line says, "That is until she's on one side of the firing squad and he's on the other." I'm like, thank God. I love a good tragic love story. I love a good forbidden love. You give me like forbidden love or like tragic love story, like I'm there. Like Anakin and Padme are my Romeo and Juliet, you know? So I'm really hyped for this because it has like, you know, this fantasy thing that I'm kind of into. I'm like kind of really into fantasy, but it also has this like romance setting that's like forbidden love, and I'm like, oh, I am there. So I'm really hyped for this because it also has a beautiful cover. So these were my Books A Million buys. Oh, I dropped one. My Books A Million buys. And remember, I also purchased another book that I will not be receiving because I left it there because I'm an idiot. And now we will continue with the books I got at Goodwill, which is too many. You know, I didn't think they'd have good books at Goodwill, but apparently they did because I bought so many. Okay, I bought books 2, 3, and 4 of the Game of Thrones series because I already own the first one, have not read it, but they were $2 each, so I was like, how can I pass up? Pretty much I think everyone knows what Game of Thrones is. If you don't, you've been living under a rock. I enjoyed this TV show pretty much like everyone until the last couple seasons. But I guess I hear a lot of things got cut out from the show, like usual, and I'm just so like enthralled with this world they created. I watched so many YouTube videos on things that are in the books but they didn't put in the TV show, and I'm just like, oh my god, this man created this amazing world. I literally am in love with it, that I thought I'm going to read them all. I do have the first one already, so when I found books 2, 3, and 4, I was pretty excited. So those are the first thing I bought at Goodwill. Next book, I've read this book before and I did not enjoy it, but we have Macbeth by Shakespeare. Now, I had to read this for school and I hated every minute of it, but it's going to sound really, really stupid, but the only reason I bought this was because A, it was $1, B, because maybe one day I'll give it a second chance, because Cassie did rate it 5 stars and she loved it, but C, it was $1 and I wanted it on my bookshelf to make me look like a smart, intelligent person, because smart people read Shakespeare. Yes, so Macbeth. Now that I've embarrassed myself. All right, next book is, again, The Catcher in the Rye. Another book. I haven't read this one actually, but I don't plan to anytime soon either. It was only $1 again, but it's a classic, I hear, and so maybe one day I'll read it, but we don't know because I don't even know what it's about. I'm assuming it's about the Catcher in the Rye, but who the hell is the Catcher in the Rye? Like, am I right? So Catcher in the Rye, I don't think it needs much explanation because I don't know what it's about. It's nothing on the back. It's a classic. Maybe I'll read it one day. Who knows? Our next book is The Birth of Venus. So pretty much I was a little confused. I'm still a little confused about what this is about. But from what I gather, it's about this 15-year-old Italian girl from... Sorry, I keep checking the camera. From what I gather, it's about this 15-year-old Italian girl who lives among the, like, Italian Renaissance. So she's, like, really into art. And as her parents try to push this marriage onto her to an older man who's wealthy, she's like more into the art of the time, and she's intrigued in like making art and doing artistic things, and she wants to follow her dreams. Yeah, so our next book is, what's it gonna be? Okay, it's Into Thin Air by John Crocker. I've read Into the Wild. I actually own it. I had to read it for school, but I loved it so much. So when I saw this, I was like, I'm into it. John, take my money. So it's pretty much a story of Mount Everest and being on Mount Everest, which isn't really something I'm like drawn to or into that much, but because I was just so like, but I just loved his writing style. When I read Into the Wild, I was like, when I saw this for $2, I was like, mine. Like, and it's in like wonderful condition. I was like, I'm gonna love it. So Into Thin Air. Our next book from Goodwill is The Tattooist from Auschwitz, which I assume everyone knows what this is about, but it's about the Holocaust and a tattooist that would tattoo the numbers onto Jewish people at Auschwitz. So I'm pretty excited for this. So I'm really excited to read this because it is, I've heard it's a good book, and it's about a topic that is just so, you know, powerful. You know, it's such a powerful book, I assume. So I bought that. Our next book is, I hate myself for this purchase because I already own this book, but I bought it because I thought this cover was really pretty. So I now have 2 copies of the exact same book, but it's a great book. I have The Kite Runner. Like, look how pretty that is. Like, it's gorgeous. So The Kite Runner by Khalid Hosseini. Yeah, Khalid Hosseini. I loved this book. I loved his other book, A Thousand Splendid Suns. And I own both already. So, yeah, great book. It's about a boy who lives in Afghanistan. And it's pretty much about his life from being a child, a wealthy child in Afghanistan, to war coming, and he has to become an immigrant of America. And it kind of follows his life from when he's a little boy until he's like an adult. And it deals with a lot of topics that I think are very important to read about. Hosseini paints a really beautiful picture of it. So I would highly recommend The Kite Runner. This is like the only book that I bought today that I have read. But yeah, again, I own it and I bought it because I thought it was pretty. So we're just gonna ignore that. Like, you can see my stack piling up. And our final book of the day was found at Goodwill, and I am so pleased I found this because every time I go into Books A Million, I look at it and how much is it? Yeah, $15. I look at it and I say, I want that book, but I'm not paying $15 for it. And I was about to buy it at Books A Million today because I was like, I've been wanting that every time I come in. But I had so many books, I was like, I'm not going to spend another $15, like, maybe next time. And we went to Goodwill, and they had it for $4. And I was like, hallelujah, praise the Lord, I'm finally getting this book. And like, I don't even know why I've wanted it for so long, because like, I'm not a, well, I'll show you the book and then I'll explain. But the book is I, Eliza Hamilton by Susan Holloway Scott. Susan Holloway Scott. I, Eliza Hamilton. Now, I don't understand why this book has intrigued me so much. You know, I'm a historical fiction fan. I like period dramas when watching TV. You know, like, that kind of stuff intrigues me. Maybe that has to do with it, the historical side. But I haven't even seen Hamilton. You know, I'm not a Hamilton fan. So I don't know why I, Eliza Hamilton, has just like grabbed a hold of me and was like, buy me. Because every time I go in there, I'm like, I'm gonna buy this. And I don't. But I found it for $4 at Goodwill. So there you go. Shop at Goodwill because it's in like great condition as well. Like, yeah. So I'm pretty excited about this. It's pretty much a, I assume, I don't know, I didn't even read the back. I assume it's just, yeah, I think it's just like the story of Eliza Hamilton's life. She was like a rich socialite, and she ends up marrying Alexander Hamilton, who is obviously one of the founding fathers of America. So yeah, I don't know why I've wanted this for so long, but I have, and seeing it for $4 was amazing. So that is the final book from Goodwill, and that concludes our books from Goodwill. Ooh. Balancing act. These are my books that I hauled with today. My first book haul, probably my last one for a while, because I spent a lot of money today, and I'm going to be a broke college student. I don't have money to spend. So, I probably might be making more book talk videos in the future because it does intrigue me. Books, I'm very into books now, and yeah, some of these books might have an appearance, but I hope you enjoyed this lovely booktube video. I feel like I've been saying book talk, but I hope you enjoy this lovely booktube video, and just enjoyed seeing all the money I spent on books today, because it's honestly appalling. But yes, this is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you subscribe and come back for more. Usually I do vlogs, but I am trying to branch out more and do more things that are different than vlogs, because I am interested by a variety of things. And you know, if you don't like that, I'm sorry. I will be doing more vlogs. I actually have vlogs on my phone to edit and upload, but have not done yet because I honestly get a little lazy sometimes. Oh my god, shocker. A teenager that procrastinates. Oh my god, I would have never guessed. But yeah, these are the books I got today. Yeah, these are the books I bought today. Go up to here. Okay. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you subscribe. You know, leave a like if you liked any of these books. You know, please leave a comment also if you've like read any of these books or have heard of any of these books or are intrigued. You know, have any thoughts about any of these books that I bought today and hauled. Thank you for being here for my first book haul, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.